Gentlemens, welcome back to the shop. Happy new beer. I got a Ratchet slid into my stocking for Christmas, 3/8 drive. The snap-on cost but an arm and a dick. 200 Kanakistan Kopecks roughly, plus a Trudeau's sock fund. Ain't cheap. I'm really disappointed with the quality, spelt with a KW. Look at how muddled, mushy that branding is. They carved that out with a dull beaver. As a compare and contrast, here's the Nepros, Japanese. Here's the new muddled snap-on. You barely focus. Here's the Mac. Nice and sharp. Here's an older snap-on of the same vintage, roughly. It's a little bit muddled as well, but not near as bad as the brand new one. Here's an older half-inch. Nice and tight. Here's a newer half-inch. Not quite as tight, but this one, they ought to have thrown that carbide cutter out years ago. Now, where's the quality control, man? Look at that. You barely see it. It's so muddled. On the handle, these letters are roll formed, and they're far more crisp and sharp than on the head. Let's have a look inside and see if there's anything ugly in there. This is the 80-tooth dual contact ratchet. Real slimline head. It's the same size as the Mac. Thin and quite skookum as well. I haven't been able to break one. The only time we had trouble with this new style of head is when they first come out and the fasteners were too small. This plate was flexing and everything was flexing a little bit sideways. So if you had one of those brand new off the truck when they first come out, they changed all of those out to a newer style with bigger fasteners. Oh, nice. So blue Loctited, and they're threaded into the head. Normally they'd be previous iterations, like, they'd be through holed and then thread into the basal platen. No longer. Okay, so the gear and the drive has a little quad ring on it. This would all be heat treated. Good quality steel. Likely hard as a coffin nail. Quite hard. And slick. Here's the sintered and metal injection molded. This is a powdered metal and then sintered together. These are the pawls. Look at the amount of meat there, considering how much reefing action they get. I mean, it's really quite miraculous that these stand up. The forward reverse actuator, again another metal injection molded part. I don't believe this would be quite as hard. Yeah, that's quite a bit softer than the pawls. Here's the on-off selector, if you'd focus. Thank you. Die cast aluminum, and it's got a little O-ring around there just to keep out the big chunks of shmoo. Just recently learned why we say on. Why do you say on when you flick a switch? It goes on. Because the city of Heliopolis in ancient Egypt, Heli is the sun, Opolis, like metropolis, city. So city of the sun in Aramaic was called On. And this was the seat of the god of the sun, that turns light or darkness into light, vice versa. So when we flick on the switch, we are invoking the name of an ancient sun deity. Amazing. Who knew? Here's the machining of the head. It's good. And they have some real small abrasive media that they tumble this in or vibrate this in order to clean it. It'll likely be a wet media. You can see the machining is very, very good. So why is just so terrible. I'm wondering if they machine this lettering in and then they abrasively tumble it and it gets muddled that way. Or if it's a collection of things that the cutter had a busted little bit off of it and then they, yeah, it's just not that, yeah. Something going on. They need to fix that. That's not good. Not good enough for a $200 ratchet. Thanks for watching. Keep your dick in a vise.